Happy Friday, everyone. Welcome to the SLATE right here on youtube.com/MrWarrenHayes. This is where I sit around and preview the upcoming show on Fridays, wrestling show that's going to happen in just about 29 minutes, less than 30 minutes, but more than 29 minutes. WWE SmackDown. That's what we're talking about here this evening on Friday nights. That's what we've been doing for a while now, and I kind of dig it. I hope you guys kind of dig it too. I think it's a good time. I mean, everybody does post shows, right? And they're up till late. They don't go to bed before midnight. You know, they're talking about the show. I'm like, hey, let's talk about it beforehand. Flip the script. Hope everyone had a good week. Hope you're looking forward to a good weekend. Hope everyone has some fun stuff in store. Around my parts, we are completely in quarantine. Even the curfews at 8 p.m. I mean, it's perfect. It's perfect time. It's the perfect time to just literally dig in and stay comfy and never mind what's going on outdoors. Just never mind. One thing I do not never mind is to invite you all over to the MrWarrenHayes Discord, which is a great place. It's a fun environment to come talk about pro wrestling, especially if you're like, man, I'm always getting into fights when I'm on Twitter or when I'm on such and such message board or when I go to this chat room. Look, if you enjoy the chat room here, it's basically the same type of friendly, welcoming environment that we have over there at the Discord. I'm very proud of it. So come on over. The link is in the description. You can come watch SmackDown with us tonight. Should be fun. Well, it's fun to watch with other people. Let's put it that way. Sometimes the show, you never know. It's a hit or miss. It's a crapshoot. Is what it is. But come on over to the Discord. That's always fun because we have some great people. We have some of the people that we have here live tonight, like Alonzo Smith. Good to see you, Alonzo. Wrestling Plug Inc. Pluggo. Good to see you. Imran, nice to see you as well. J.K. Daily Accolade is here as well. Thomas Gories. Oi. Welcome everyone. Let's just start. And hello, Aaron Entertainment. Good to see you. Let's just go ahead and start talking about tonight's SmackDown. There's a couple of things that have been announced. One or two that generate some of my attention. Evan Wright, good to see you. Apparently, Rey Mysterio's in a thing with Baron Corbin now. Because he's fighting. Rey's fighting Baron Corbin tonight. Let's read the copy from WWE.com. This is always fun. I always enjoy reading the copy. King Corbin continued his crusade against the Mysterios this past Friday night when he brutally ambushed Rey and Dominic. But the master of the 619, Jesus Christ, will have an opportunity for payback against the devious despot when they go one-on-one tomorrow night on SmackDown. Now, a despot absolutely 100% implies that you're a tyrannical ruler, right? That you rule with an iron fist. That's what despotism is. Baron Corbin doesn't rule shit. Like, someone went to thesaurus.com and was like, what's another word for tyrannical or dictator? There you go. So I should go to thesaurus.com myself. And there's a despot, but they didn't realize what despot actually means. It does, a ruler or other person who holds absolute power, typically one who exercises it in a cruel or oppressive way. That's not anything close to what Baron Corbin is, and whatever power he's wielded, it was neither cruel nor oppressive. It was goofy. So the ultimate underdog. Here's the the master of the 619 and the ultimate underdog. Jesus Christ. We'll need Dominic watching his back, though, as Corbin's Knights of the Lone Wolf will surely be lurking by. Can Ray show the blue brand vicious? This is exactly what I was talking about last night on the MrWarrenHayes show. When while I look at what they're doing with Rey Mysterio, and I don't understand it. I don't understand how WWE has signed under contract with them right now as an active wrestler, a legend of the caliber of Rey Mysterio. See, I still want to say Rey Mysterio Jr., but Rey Mysterio, and put him in these absolute shit programs. Whereas he literally would have been a logical and accepted and exciting opponent for Roman at the Royal Rumble. But now they keep throwing him into these things. And I mean, with Baron Corbin, are you kidding me? I don't think there's anything that could interest us least as far as a feud goes in between these two guys. I correct me if I'm wrong here. And I'm open to being wrong. I don't, it's okay. You can be wrong sometimes. It's fine. But I really don't see the interest in pushing a Mysterio Baron Corbin. And even if this does sort of swerve around and then it becomes about Dominic and Baron Corbin, still not interesting. It still doesn't get me going. And there's a very fair chance that this is probably what's going to happen tonight. That Ray's going to get viciously beat down, and then it's Dominic that's going to take his place in this feud, and he's going to start feuding with Baron Corbin and Cutler and Gibson, Cutler and Watson, Cutler and Krebthon, Brandon Cutler and Brandon Donklin. the Knights of the Forgotten Sons, whatever. I mean, okay. It's just so, I can't get it past me that you just have Rey Mysterio in your midst, like a true to form legend, and who can go? Not a legend that you dust off for a 5-minute main event. A guy who can actually compete, who can go, and within the past 18 months or so since he's been back, or 2 years, has been systematically good, has been having fantastic matches. I mean, it's difficult for me to get excited about this because I don't see a shining light. Like, I see Ray digging himself deeper within this feud. I think it's something that they're going to extend, that they feel has some legs. I don't know. Like, honestly, I'm convinced Vince still sees little Rey Mysterio Jr., doing his best to overcome Brock Lesnar, and has no idea of everything that Mysterio has done outside of WWE, previous and afterwards as well. And how significant he is to pro wrestling. How many people decided to become a pro wrestler because of Ray. Yeah, it's just wild. Wild. So that's a match that's happening. Here's another match. Jey Uso, they're calling a main event Jey Uso now, facing Shinsuke Nakamura tonight. Again, let's go ahead and read the copy here. After emerging victorious in 3 grueling parts of the gauntlet match, Shinsuke Nakamura was robbed. Robbed, I tell ya. That's a little ad-lib on my part. It wasn't exactly in the copy. He was robbed of his opportunity to battle Roman Reigns for the Universal Championship at Royal Rumble when the unhinged Jey Uso and the head of the table laid him out in the middle of the ring with a brutal attack. So, As announced last weekend on Talking Smack, the Artist will go one-on-one with Jey Uso in what is sure to be a heated fight. Will Roman Reigns' family once again? So, a couple of things. Main event Jey Uso. I kind of dig it. I think I like that. I think it's cool. I dig it. I made a point last night on the show to rise something up from the bottom pits of WWE. You know, WWE is an easy target, but they make it easy on themselves to target them at the same time. It's not like, you know, they make certain decisions, right? That you're like, well. So last night, you know, I talked about Bobby Lashley and his push and how I think his push has been handled tremendously well. And I don't think enough people are talking about it, but that's a really good, I think it's been a good run. He's been smartly booked. He's been appropriately, everything they've done with him to build him into what he is right now. It's been expertly done, or at least how it should be done, maybe. So I want to give a little shine to Jey Uso and WWE's decision on how to book him ever since the Roman Reigns turn, or at least how his involvement sort of kicked everything off. Because if anything, Jey Uso has been one of these breaths of fresh air that we've often wanted in WWE. Push someone that is talented, that deserves to have a big spot, that we enjoy, that we like, and put him into top level situations. And I kind of feel like that's where he is. So when they call him main event Jey Uso, because he main evented a whole bunch of SmackDowns ever since he not turned on Roman, but since the schism with Roman began, and then when he joined Roman's bloodline or table. I'm not quite sure how you call that, but I like this, and and on top of that, I like it because since Jimmy's been out, you know, WWE, you know how they are. If one guy in the tag team is injured, or the entire tag team is out, right? Like, you can't just have. So I'm glad that at least they gave Jey a singles run, kept him going, despite the fact that Jimmy was out, and still is. So you have to give credit where credit is due here. I think Jey Uso was one of the brighter spots in WWE last year for being added to the top card, being added to the top in the mix. I think it's good. And the thing is that he's a talented wrestler. He's not a slouch. He's a guy who has these great bursts of energy. He's a younger guy. He gets it. I'm going to tell you, I think he's turning a little too much into Roman's geek and isn't standing up for himself as much. Like, I get it. Like, he's supposed to be Roman's second in command. He's supposed to be like the muscle, he's supposed to be not the servant, that's not the word I'm looking for, but he's supposed to be the goon, the beef, the guy that Roman sends out to get the job done, right? So I get it. So he's subservient to Roman, but I think there's also a way to do it where he doesn't come off as a complete underling, and I'm kind of afraid that that's where the path they're going down here. I'm going to say hello to Mr. Fantastic and Dan Reed of Pro Wrestling Eve, who joins us in the chat. Good to see you both. Welcome, welcome. So, that being said, I've got, so tonight, off of the heels of the Gauntlet match last week, we're getting this follow-up here, which makes sense, and I can get behind. And I think there was enough heat generated in this to be like, yeah, let's settle this. I think this match makes sense. We got what was I saying? I completely lost my train of thought. Yeah, so we got heat from last week because not many people were really happy with how the gauntlet match ended. We really weren't. And so we turn around. This week. Shinsuke gets some retribution. Jey Uso maybe getting his comeuppance. I mean, it's all good. And just off of the heat of what happened last week, which is like what wrestling booking should be about, right? Stories happen in the ring, people get screwed. Next week, hey, I want to fuck this guy up because he screwed me out of an opportunity. Fine. It's the most basic story, but it works. And you don't need tons of artifice. You don't need crazy elaborate angles or people shooting fireballs or, just basic stuff. Like I said on my podcast last night, and I didn't say it last week because it was last Friday. But like I said on my podcast last night, I still think, I really do believe that WWE fans are able to get behind in-ring stories. I really do. I think that they're able to get behind in-ring stories because otherwise nobody would have got as worked up from the outcome of the gauntlet match last week if everyone was like, oh, well, if people really didn't care about the action. They do. Now, clearly, Shinsuke is officially turning back babyface. And I mean, look, I'm okay with if a babyface Shinsuke Nakamura is what we need to get him wrestling on the reg again, motivated with a little fire lit under him. Sure, bring it on. I don't know where this is going. Even if it leads into a program against Jay, something a little more extended, sure. Will it lead to Roman? That'd be nice. That'd be fun. We wouldn't have seen it before, that's for sure. But hey, I enjoyed this. I like the booking. I like the booking of this match. I like the setup of this match. I like how it was introduced, where we're at right now. It all makes sense to me. I like it. No, thank you very much, WrestlePlug Inc. Thank you very much for the super chat. I appreciate it. A great deal. Hello, Kristen Ashley. Welcome to the chat as well. The First Lady of the MrWarrenHayes show. Just wanted to say hello. Thank you very much for being here. And then Roman Reigns and Adam Pearce are going to sign the contract for the Universal title match at Royal Rumble. We're having a contract signing. We're having a contract signing tonight for this. Okay, so I'm trying to find a little silver lining here towards this contract signing. I'll tell you this. At least they're not waiting till the week before Royal Rumble to sign the contract. Right? I mean, you sign a contract a couple of weeks before. That's what the promotion can promote, right? So that they can advertise the match and put your faces on the posters and all of that. So, in that regard, it makes sense. Am I ready to give it a pass? Oh, God, no! Contract signings stink. Because they're all the same. There are exceptions. They're few and far between. I think the last one I popped for was when Bayley refused to sign the Hell in a Cell match with Sasha. I was like, that's what a heel does. It's like, your contract? Nah, I'm not going to sign it. And then she buggers off. I'm good with that. And you know how this is going to go. They're going to sit down and Roman is going to be like, I'm the head of the table. I get to decide what to do. You're not in charge, Pierce. Blee, blah, bloop. And Adam Pearce is going to be like, I don't know, I got suckered into this, but, I'm going to do my best to beat you. And then he's going to show some spark. He's going to show some spunk, And then a table's going to get flipped, and that'll be that. Like, I hate this already. But you guys do this. I don't like contract signings. again, I talked a little bit about this last night, and I think it bears being repeated here. This is a misfire for the Roman Reigns angle. I don't think anyone can properly convince me that a match with Adam Pearce at Royal Rumble is a good idea. I really don't. Or that it's clever storytelling, or that it's a good story beat. It's not. I understand what they're doing. Don't get me wrong. I understand what they're trying to accomplish here. The accomplishment is to show that Roman is above everyone in WWE. That he literally calls the shots everywhere. And I get it. However, this is not necessary. A match with Adam Pearce at Royal Rumble, just to get him, putting Adam Pearce in a match just to show Adam Pearce that he can do anything with him, isn't necessarily the way to go about things. Probably would have been a lot different if it was a one thing on a Friday night SmackDown where Roman introduced, but now you're going into Royal Rumble, one of the big 4 pay-per-views of the year, marquee match. Why are you doing this? To get your point across? Oh, like I said, I get it, but I don't think it's a good way to go about doing it. Because now Roman, it's as if Roman doesn't even care about wrestling. Just cares about the politics, like literally being in charge by taking down the people who are in charge. And the thing is that everything is so well ingrained in the minds of WWE fans that we know Adam Pearce really isn't in charge. And Vince comes down any day, or Triple H, or Shane, or Stephanie. They're going to come down and they're going to say, Roman, you have to toe the line. And Roman's going to toe the line. And what baffles me most here, well, before I go on, I'm going to read Evan's super chat here. Thank you very much, Evan. I appreciate it. He says, is this them beginning to drop the ball again? I think so. And it's a shame because I really do think that the Roman Reigns stuff is very, very good. And I think it's re-energized him. It's re-energized his career. He's being used properly. This, I think it's a swerve to the right. I don't think it's good. And this is what baffles me even more. With the roster that WWE has, with all the wrestlers that they have at their disposal, why did they decide to forward this angle and book a match with someone who is not an active member of the roster? It doesn't make sense to me. It honestly and sincerely doesn't. And again, nothing against Scrap Daddy Adam Pearce, former NWA World Heavyweight Champion. Nothing against him. I like Adam Pearce. And I'm convinced that a lot of people backstage like Adam Pearce as well. And I'm convinced he's extremely good at his job, being a producer. I think he's natural, he's charismatic, he has a good presence about him. There's nothing wrong with Adam Pearce other than the fact that Adam Pearce is not a competitive, is not a signed competitor. The problem that we had last week with the end of the gauntlet match was very simple. We were drawn into a match. We were told a story within this match, but then WWE said, haha, swerve! Forget everything you just got invested into. Forget everything that you just got excited about. And forget all that shit. And instead, we're going to deliver unto you this storyline out of nowhere. So, sorry if you got really invested here. We're taking this over here. And I'm like, what? But isn't that's WWE's MO as well, to a certain degree, where it's like, the minute that you start getting too invested into something, they swerve it off into another area, and then you're like, I don't know what's going on. You know what I mean? And this is the problem that we had last week, and it's still the problem that I have this week, where even on top of that, where I'm like, they could have any competitive wrestler, any competitor, anyone active on the roster fill these shoes. If they wanted to swerve us so bad, they could have used Buddy Murphy, Apollo Crews. They could have used anyone else. I don't understand why they're bringing Adam Pearce into here. And that's what makes listening to it so hard sometimes. And I'm sorry, folks, and you know, I do my best to weigh the positives and the negatives here, but there is nothing in the booking of Adam Pearce in a Universal title match at Royal Rumble that is a good storyline, that is good booking. Because here again, you have the opportunity to create a star. You have the opportunity to elevate someone. Adam Pearce is technically retired. He's out. He's not an active wrestler anymore. It's beyond me. It's really beyond me. Selena Mitreger left us a super chat. Thank you very much, and hello. Appreciate that. Thank you very much. It's so weird and disappointing. And it's these types of situations where I completely understand when people when people just immediately shut down when we start talking about WWE. Like, I completely understand it, you know? Because that kind of stuff, it doesn't work. It doesn't click. Like I said on the show last night, I feel like there's still room for WWE to bring back Kevin Owens and re-enter him into the situation here, and, you know, heroically take Adam Pearce's spot or wrestle for him at Royal Rumble, whatever. You know, that's the kind of thing they'll do. But then it's such a convoluted fucking story when all you want to see is two guys beat each other up and have a great match so that after they can continue down that road. It's baffling to me. It really. So no, I'm not excited for a contract signing. I never am. I'm never excited for a contract signing. But Jesus Christ, it's a contract signing for something that I think is inherently dumb. And this could be the biggest serious misstep for the Roman Reigns angle. Anyway. No women's matches again announced tonight. We didn't even get one last week on SmackDown. Again, see, this is the kind of thing that baffles me. It really Sasha, Bayley, they carried the women's division. Why aren't you putting more women on TV? Why aren't we getting serious matches with Bianca, or giving Carmella some TV time so that she can wrestle instead of just standing around sipping champagne in high heels? Like, Christ! It's a wrestling show. Put people on there to wrestle. I don't want to spend 2 hours and have 25% of those 2 hours be bell-to-bell ring time. That's not what. If I want drama, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to rewatch The Boys. I just finished watching season 2, and it brought me to tears. God damn you, Billy Butcher. You're so dislikable, but yet you end up being you end up being so wonderful and likable at the end. God damn you. We're going to head on over to SmackDown. Thanks, everyone, for joining me. Of course, there's going to be a slate on Monday for Raw. Thank you, everyone, for joining me this evening. Enjoy it. That's all that's important. See you next time.